Welcome back to another Grow to Cycle tutorial video, and I'm really excited today. Today's going to be great because today I'm going to show you the setup for an experimental trial, and I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, but I guess I've been nervous to try to actually start it out because I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to do it right. But I finally got around to doing it, and I've got a cracker of a video for you coming up, so stick around. So before I begin my experiment, the first step is, of course, to gather my materials and equipment. And what you see here is everything I need. So what we've got is, I've got 4 of these little salad containers, and I have to admit, it's a real shame to have plastic containers like this for salad. But I'm at a hall of residence, and people just get salads every day in them, and they're going to go in the recycling or the rubbish, so I collected them. I've got labels, which you can see up there in the top left there, with a Sharpie and a pen, and I've used that to label from A, which is A and B are without caps, C and D are going to be mini greenhouses, so I'm going to have the cap on, and E is the exciting one, which is going to be going in my reflective box, which will basically reflect the light back, so it'll bounce the light which comes in back into the plant, so it'll get double exposure, and we'll see what happens. And of course, my control is my little garden pack, and the cool thing is that I was lucky enough in this little garden to get beetroot, and I don't know if you guys remember that the video I uploaded just a few weeks ago about planning out gardens, but beetroot is ready for planting right now in the summer in New Zealand, in my climate, and it's a really good container garden plant. In order to make my reflective box, I just got an old paper bag, and I cut the front off and removed the handle. And I just got some aluminium foil, and quite simply, with some scissors and some tape, just tape that around in a kind of parabola kind of shape. So the first step that I'm going to do is overnight. I'm going to, because beetroot will have germination that is enhanced by soaking overnight. All I'm going to do is leave this to soak overnight in some water. There are a few stages involved in preparing the salad plastic containers, just to make sure they were sterile and clean. And basically all it involved was rinsing these out with hot water, and then using a little bit of soap, and then rinsing 3 times. So 3 times with fresh tap water, just to clean out any residue that may have been remaining and try to make sure they were clean. And then I just dried them off, and as you can see, I've just placed one of the Jiffy Pete pellets in each one. And the other thing to do now is just to add a little bit of water to each pellet. And I'll just pour a little bit of water over the top, just like that. And I'll just leave that to soak overnight. Good morning, and what a good day it is today. Today is day 0 of the experiment. So all I've done is I've left the peat pellets to soak, and my seeds, which are my beetroot seeds, to soak overnight. And so what I'm going to do is take my seed tape, and I'm going to get this experiment started. Really exciting. So I've got my seeds. As you can see, there are lots of seeds in here. I'm just going to break these up. So I don't know if you can see very clearly. I just tore the that seed paper just carefully with my fingers, so there was 1 seed in each. Now this of course won't be exactly the same for each 6 samples. 1 control, there's 2 with a lid, 2 without a lid, and 1 with a lid in the reflective box, because that's going to get extra heat, extra light, and probably will need extra water. And so now I've got written out day 0, planting day, and I'm going to take these out to the light. It's all here. Really exciting. I've got my 5 different trials here. So one of them is in the light. I'm going to make sure those caps stay closed so you can see that's the mini greenhouse effects. And these 2 ones have no caps, no lids. So those will be seeing the difference between the greenhouse and the no greenhouse, which obviously we want to make sure the moisture stays inside the pellet, stays over the seed. But at the same time, if you have a lid, you get no air circulation and you can get mold. So who knows? Maybe we'll find out that actually having a lid is not good for the growth. Really, really exciting. And then of course our little garden control. And I'm going to have my day 0. So I've got samples A, B, C, D, and E. E is the really exciting one. I'm going to turn that around, but I don't need to now while the seeds germinate. But I'll turn that around, and that should reflect the light in, and it should get a little bit extra light exposure. So we will see how things go. By day 20, according to the little garden beetroot pack, it says they will be ready for transplanting, but I don't know. In about 70 days to 80 days, they should be ready to harvest. And I'm really, really, really excited to see how they grow by day 80, because these are beetroot, so we can compare them. I can actually take them, grow them out in the same conditions, and then I can take them and weigh each beetroot individually and see which way of growing produced the best results. So really, really exciting stuff. I'm so keen to start finally using science in my garden to see what is the best way that we can do our windowsill gardening. And if this gives you guys ideas, or if you have any other ideas that you want me to try out in terms of windowsill gardening in the future, let me know, and I'm really keen to give them a shot. Really, really excited again, and yeah, stay smiling, and I'll catch you later.